Kept you waiting, huh?
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Peanuts and Golf Gaming. Peanut Golfer here. I'm going to be playing some Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty for you all today. This is the Master Collection version. This is on the PlayStation 5. I've tried, for whatever reasons, I've had a whole bunch of reasons why I haven't uploaded this playthrough yet. Like, I've tried uploading this and I either wasn't able to upload it or I'd have trouble like trying to come up with a good enough intro, I thought, and so I'd put it off, and then there's times where I just didn't feel like. I thought, well, maybe I just shouldn't do an upload of this or shouldn't do a playthrough of this, and then I wait a little bit and then I think, well, maybe I should do a playthrough of this, try uploading it. And then, yeah. So, anyways, this is Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, the Master Collection version on the PlayStation 5. I figured, it's Memorial Day, and the only kind of like military type of games that I like familiar with would be like the Metal Gear Solid games. So I figured, maybe I should do a playthrough of MGS2. So here is MGS2, Sons of Liberty. This playthrough is just gonna kind of be like a Memorial Day playthrough. So, yeah, I'm gonna explain what the playthrough is gonna be like. So in this playthrough, I'm just gonna be playing it casually. I'm not gonna be doing like a lot of like extra things. I might try to show off like some Easter eggs, the ones that I know of. If there's any glitches I find, I'll try to show those off. But this is just going to be like a casual playthrough, pretty much. I might do some of the VR missions and alternative missions after the main playthrough. I might do all of them after the main playthrough. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much. This is just going to be a casual playthrough. I want to say this now before I like get into the main game. I'm not going to be showing all of the cutscenes in this game because I want to try and keep this playthrough pretty quick. I will show the beginning cutscene, and I will be showing the last cutscene. The other cutscenes, I'm going to skip them. So if you're coming into this playthrough expecting to see like every single cutscene, this isn't the playthrough to watch. Now, with that said, if there are like cutscenes that I feel kind of like explain the story, of MGS2 better, and I feel like I have time to show them, then I'll go ahead and let those cutscenes play out. But this playthrough, it's just mostly going to be showing gameplay, like me just playing this game. So I will be showing the first cutscene, like the intro cutscene into MGS2, and I will be showing the last cutscene into MGS2. The other cutscenes, I'm just going to go ahead and skip them. Also, real quick, is kind of like a warning or a disclaimer. There are graphic scenes in this game, like blood, things like that. There's also some, I don't know if the word lucrative would be you could use that to describe it, but there's some not I'll just say not very clean things that you can stumble upon in this game. I'm going to try and not show those. And since I'm playing this on my PS5, I can edit those out. And I will try to do that because I don't like showing that stuff on my channel. But if you don't like things of that nature, or if you don't like to look at things like that, if you don't like looking at blood, if it grosses you out, also there's some cussing in this game too. So, and I'll also try to edit those out also. But there is always a chance because it's only me that edits these videos, and I can only see so much. I might not be able to edit some things out. So I'm just kind of saying this as a warning, as a disclaimer. If you don't like looking at those things or hearing those things, you might not want to watch this playthrough, and that's fine. But yeah, if you don't want to watch or hear those things or see those things, then this might not be the playthrough for you to watch. With that said, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I need to say? No, I think that's it. Yeah, I guess I can kind of describe the playthrough a little bit more. In this playthrough, I'm going to be playing it on either normal, easy, or very easy difficulty, because although I have the stealth camo and the infinity bandana and the special wigs unlocked in this game, I'm going to try and not use them unless I'm having a very tough time getting past a certain area in the game. Then yeah, I'll use stealth camo. But or I'll use the infinity wig. But other than that, I'm going to try and not use any special items like that. So it'll kind of make it a little bit more challenging for me. Yeah, I'm not really sure what difficulty I want to play on yet. I'm thinking about going with normal difficulty, but I might play it on easy. But I'm either going to play it on normal, easy, or very easy difficulty. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So, here is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, Master Collection Edition on the PlayStation 5. tactical espionage action. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so we got game selection. And here's another thing. I might go through all of these here, kind of like with what I did in my playthrough of MGS3, just to kind of show this stuff off. But I'll probably do that after the playthrough, or towards the end of the playthrough. Okay, game selection. I want English. Let's start game. Skip that. I can still do that. Cool. If you want to know how to do that, here's an Easter egg right off the bat. Whenever you come onto this screen, if you press the... Okay, it's not the right bumper too. If you press the left trigger button or the left bumper button on your controller, it will do that. I've always thought that's like thunder, but it makes more sense for it to be like a gunshot. So this is gonna play again. Okay, I'll just kind of explain everything on the main menu here. So you can start a new game, you can load an old game, you have the options. Make sure I have this here. Appears even during intrusion view. Yeah, I want radar type 1, blood will be on. Turn blood display on. Yeah, I'm not sure if that, well, I'll go ahead and leave that on. Yeah, options, pretty self-explanatory. You can, in the options menu, like within most games, you can change the settings of how the game plays out, pretty much, so. Okay, item window group, and I want previous. Okay, special. This is where you can view like basic actions, like how to actually play the game. You can view the previous story, which is, if you've never played Metal Gear Solid 1, you can go into previous story here and look at the whole story of MGS1, which is kind of cool how they did that. I'm not going to do it here, but whenever you go into previous story, like the format and like the way the pictures and everything look, they made it look very similar to how those things would look if you were to start up Metal Gear Solid 1 and like look at the text in that game and the pictures in that game and everything. So it's kind of like PS1 graphics. So it's pretty cool. You have photo album, which in this game and also in MGS, I think in 1 and 3 also, you can unlock the camera or the digital camera. I think in MGS1 it's just called the camera, but in MGS2 and 3 you can unlock the digital camera. Well, in MGS2 it's the digital camera. I think in MGS1 and 3, or just 3, it's called the camera. pretty much it's a camera, and it lets you take pictures of anything that you want to take a picture of in those games. And you can save those pictures to your photo album. And then if you want to, you can actually look at those pictures. Um, but whatever pictures you save, it will store it to your photo album, and then you can come here to this main menu, select photo album, and you can look at those pictures. Next up, you have the dog tag viewer, which I've already done. I think I had to do 2 videos on it, but pretty much the dog tag viewer in this version of the game. I don't know about the other versions of this game. You can select to either collect the 2001 versions of every dog tag, or the 2002 versions of every dog tag. I have the 2002 version selected for this game. But yeah, if you want to look at the names of all those dog tags, you can go to the dog tag viewer here, and it will show every single dog tag that you've collected from the enemy soldiers. And it also shows you like how many dog tags you have left for whatever difficulty you've done a playthrough on. Like how many dog tags you need to collect for that difficulty. And I think it also shows you like the general area of where to find those dog tags too. I'm not sure. But in this game here on my PS5, I have every single dog tag collected. So I have like all the dog tags collected on the tanker and on the plant for every single difficulty. Except for European Extreme, because you don't have to collect dog tags on European Extreme. The hardest difficulty to collect that you can collect dog tags or want to collect dog tags on, I wouldn't want to do it on European Extreme, but you can. The hardest difficulty you can collect dog tags on is European, or is Extreme difficulty. But yeah, if you want to look at those dog tags, look at your progress collecting dog tags, you can go to the dog tag viewer here. Then you have the casting theater. I've done some videos just kind of playing around with this menu here with the casting theater. But pretty much you go into this. You can select like I think 8 cutscenes from the game, and you can like change the characters that appear in those cutscenes instead of just watching the cutscene with the original characters in it. So you can you can make some funny looking cutscenes. But yeah, that's the casting theater. Then you have boss survival. I might do that also. I might play this at the end of the playthrough also. But yeah, this is boss survival. Pretty much instead of playing through the whole game and then fighting like the bosses whenever they appear in the main game, you can just fight them back to back, pretty much. If you go to missions here, this is where you would go to play the VR missions and the alternative missions for Snake and Raiden. And I have all of the missions completed for Raiden, and I'm at 59% on Snake, and I need to do the rest of the missions for him. But yeah, here you can play VR missions, and then you can play the alternative missions for both characters. And then you have Snake Tales, which Snake Tales, pretty much they're like what-if scenarios of instead of Raiden being sent to the plant, Snake gets sent to the plant, and he has to like rescue the president on the plant, and there's just different scenarios like that instead of it being Raiden doing those things. Um, and then you can go back to the main menu. Okay, let's go to load game. Yeah, let's load this one. And we want tanker, plant, and I think, yeah, I'm gonna do it on easy difficulty. Radar type 1. All right, here we go.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of metal gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
He's right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it's sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake! Cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. It's their game. Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS-74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Alright, I will be there in a little bit. Having to do some stuff. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so... better plug this back in so my controller doesn't go kapooey on me. Okay. Yep, still recording. I thought he was gonna turn the other way. Oh, so far for a no-kill playthrough. I wanted to show this. Wait for this guy to leave. Okay, I got to do it over here. Okay, I want you to look over by Snake's feet, and I'm gonna go ahead and aim his weapon here. Do this a couple of times. This is kind of, I guess this would be like a glitch that I found. But did you see like his arm like peeking out through the deck of the ship? I don't know a whole lot about like coding and making video games, but from what I've heard other people that do know about that, about making video games, something that the developers of a game will do sometimes is to like make a reflection or make something look like a reflection of a character. I'll try to point it out here. Instead of like making something like an actual mirror on the floor, one of the things they'll do is they'll make like the floor like a special, not really reflective, but it'll like mirror whatever is on the surface. So like that, so like the model of Snake that you see staring at the wall on top of the floor, well, what looks like his reflection might, now I don't know if they did this technique in this game or not, but like the model of Snake that you see staring at the wall right now, that could be like the second, like there could be like another model of Snake like right underneath the deck there, but it's just mirrored, or it's like flipped. And so if the developers of this game did that technique, then that would make sense as to why whenever Snake, I'll run back over here, so like whenever Snake aims his weapon, as to why there's like a second arm and a gun peeking out the edge of the, or peeking out the side of the ship there, or the deck. So, I just wanted to kind of show that off. Okay, let's move on here. There's some things you can find in this locker room here, like a ration, and there's another thing in this locker that I'm not going to show. Again, I don't like showing those things on my channel. I think there's another one over here. I'm not going to show that. Snuck right by him. Like a pro.
Snake, there's a surveillance camera in place. Once you're in its field of view, an alarm will go off. You can't afford to be seen.
Not in a million
You
years.
can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic interference.
No
The
doubt
camera
about
will be
it.
ineffective for a while.
Not in
There's a
million
blind spot
years.
right beneath the camera. Use it to buy some time.
That's right.
That Easter egg there, whenever you're talking to somebody, you can do this as either Snake or Raiden. But whenever the other person is talking, and it's not you talking in a codec call, you can hear your character's thoughts as to what they're saying, as to what the other person's saying. So if you want to hear something negative that they think about what the person's saying, you can hit the right trigger or the right bumper, and they'll say something negative, or they'll think something negative. If you want to hear them think something positive, then you hit the R1 button if you're on the PlayStation. if you're playing like the PlayStation version of the game. Pick up some chaff grenades. All right. Okay, I guess you have to go in the back. Huh. Interesting. I thought he'd go ahead and go into that room. The only time that soldier spawns in this area here is if you go into that room and get the cardboard box. And if you go to the back, which I did not do that, but if you go to the back there, it'll trigger like a little cutscene and he'll go in there. And then if you have the USP, which is the lethal weapon for Snake here, you can scare him with that and then take his dog tag. But once you have triggered that cutscene, you can't trigger it a second time. So it's best to do that after the upcoming boss fight here. Good. Skip this cutscene.
Snake.
He got his sunglasses because I've beaten the game multiple times. I think if you want Snake and Raiden to have their sunglasses on while you play, you have to beat the game, I think, more than 3 times on a certain difficulty. And then whenever you play that game for the 4th time on that difficulty, they will be wearing their sunglasses. And here's the first boss fight.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all the good. I have no one, nothing except the unit.
Hopefully I can get her to loot. Ooh, that was close. Okay, I don't think she's gonna loot
You're
here.
not stopping us.
And yep, now she's gonna use that. Ooh, right in the center. Kinda got her to loop there, but not really. If you do it right, you can get her to run back and forth there, and then you can just keep tranking her in the leg. That's like a speed running strat. Yeah, now she's running back and forth. If you're good at it, you can get her to do that at the very start of the boss fight. And then you can just keep doing that.
Otacon.
And I'm not going to pick her up because I've already grabbed her dog tag. Get the thermal goggles though. Actually, I don't know if they're located here on this difficulty. Okay, yeah, the USP suppressor is going to be there on easy difficulty. Go ahead and get that equipped. But if you go to the very top of the mast here, yeah, you can get the thermal goggles. And those do what thermal goggles normally do, let you pick up heat sources. So like if you're doing a dark area, you can see enemy soldiers easily with those equipped. Pick up the wet box. There we go.
Who's there?
Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I'll just sneak by it. Save my ammunition.
There's somebody there.
I wanted to kind of show some things off in this area. This game, when it came out, there's a lot of cool things you can do in this game versus other PlayStation 2 games that you could do back in that day. It's like one of the things you could do is this TV here, if you shoot it, it will actually drain out as if you were to shoot a plasma TV or plasma screen TV. See, like that. And like one of the selling points for this game pretty much was like if you see like a bottle or something, you can shoot that bottle and it will break. See, I can shoot it again and it will break wherever I shoot it at, pretty much. I'll shoot this one at the bottom here. See, like that. You can also kick them, punch them, you know, do that. This bucket of ice here, I'll shoot that. And then the ice cubes, they will actually melt in game time. So if you just watch them here, they'll melt. You can select the camera. And then they disappear. So, pretty cool. A lot of PlayStation 2 games back in the early 2000s, when the PS2 first came out, you could not do things like that. Okay, maybe if I try this. Nope, that's not gonna work. Okay. See, like, you couldn't do stuff like this in most PlayStation 2 games back then. See, I can still shoot the book. That's pretty cool. And also in this room, I'm not going to show it, because again, I don't like showing stuff like that on my channel. But to the right of Snake, there is a certain kind of a poster. Yeah, so. Okay, let's head down here. Pick up these stun grenades.
Raven.
Oh, that's just an action figure, huh? Let's shoot it. Yeah, there we go. That brings back memories. It's funny, it just shoots out little pellets. Actually, they don't even look like pellets, they just look like little white balls. And also, yeah, you can shoot the light out too. So that way his reflection isn't on the wall anymore. And actually, I think I'm going to end this video here. So, I hope y'all enjoyed, and stay tuned for part 2. See you then. Have a happy Memorial Day, everybody.